Thoughts are rising, pulses raging like a lion, while everything around us lights the sky. A bright match, a heat wave, burning brighter than a new day, and I am not about to question why. The only way that I wanna survive is breathing in the smoke, living in your eyes. You set my heart on fire, yeah, you set my heart on fire. Don't matter what the darkness brings, we got all the light that we'll ever need. You set my heart on fire, yeah, you set my heart on fire. You set my heart on fire, yeah, you set my heart on fire. The embers receding, floating up against the ceiling, fireworks against the sky. The moment is reeling, standing up against his feeling, and I am not about to question why. The only way that I wanna survive is breathing in the smoke, living in your eyes. You set my heart on fire, yeah, you set my heart on fire. Don't matter what the darkness brings, we got all the light that we'll ever need. You set my heart on fire, yeah, you set my heart on fire. F-I-R-E, light all the matches, dance on the ashes. You set my heart on fire, yeah, you set my heart on fire. F-I-R-E, watch as she rises, flickers and flashes. You set my heart on fire, yeah, you set my heart on fire. The only way that I wanna survive, breathing in the smoke, living in your eyes. You set my heart on fire, yeah, you set my heart on fire. Don't matter what the darkness brings, we got all the light that we'll ever need. You set my heart on fire, yeah, you set my heart on fire. 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 You set my heart on fire.
What's up, everyone? Tanya here with another episode of Pop Culture at Home. And today we are welcoming the incredibly talented singer-songwriter, David Cook. David, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Good to talk to you again.
Yeah, it's great to talk to you. So, it's been some time since we last saw each other. And so just a little wellness check. How have you and your family been doing these past couple of months?
We're good. I think our story is probably pretty similar to most. We're kind of starting to see a light at the end of the tunnel here. And I think whatever normal is going to be, I think we're looking forward to normal.
Yeah, and normal means music. We have more music coming from you, which is so exciting. So let's talk about the new music because I'm so excited. And I actually got to hear the album, the EP, and it's so good. So first of all, you've got the new single out, Fire, which is coming from your forthcoming EP, The Looking Glass, available April 16th. And so Fire is such a beautiful anthemic kind of song. Tell us about the inspiration and how it came to be for you.
So Fire kind of talks about, it's all wrapped up in this nice little relationship bow, but talks about, just starting over, kind of what we just talked about with whatever normal is going to be. And I think we have, as individuals, this really cool opportunity to decide what that normal is going to be for us, and so Fire just kind of touches on that vibe, like, let's burn down what was and start fresh. And when I wrote it, it was actually more of like a mid-tempo, slower ballad. When I was turning songs in, I remember having the conversation, Fire is going to be the easiest song to beat, And it took playing it for my producer Andy Skibb, and he was like, "We need to speed this up. I've got ideas for it, but we got to speed it up." Yeah. And the end result, it just has so much energy to it. it's become one of my favorite songs on this EP. So
Yeah.
very much looking forward to getting to play it live.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the whole thing because I was reading that it was supposed to be slower. And so I'm wondering, like, it's so immaculate in the arrangement that it's so perfect. Like, I can't imagine that you had another version of it, which is like slower and stuff. So I'm wondering, like, when you and Andy are like, vibing these sounds, like, is there, like, you guys have known each other for years now, like Midwest Kings and all that stuff. So, like, is there any contention between the two of you sometimes when you're looking into a sound? Like, if he's got like an idea and you're like, well, I want it this way, or how does that play out?
Andy's pretty good about, and I think it's because he has more of an objective opinion about these songs. Like I've created these things, and so I very much have an emotional connection to these songs, and but I trust Andy, and I trust his opinion, and I trust his ability to be objective. So Andy's pretty good about. He's got good bedside manner. Do you know what I mean? Like, he can tell me it's a bad idea in such a way that doesn't make my defenses go up immediately, which I'm thankful for, to kind of have that shorthand with him that we've built over the last decade and a half is very beneficial.
Yeah, and I know that one of the things the fans are so excited about is the collaboration with you and Andy, because it's so nostalgic to go back to that sort of like friendship and that companionship with like the music and stuff. So I'm wondering, that friendship you guys have, like, what is it like working with him again, especially in this sort of pandemic where you can't really hang out with friends, you're not really seeing a lot of people. How's that been?
A welcome little benefit, I guess, to be able to get into any sort of a recording studio right now. Over the past year, I was thankful that I had that comfort level with Andy where we could talk a little bit more openly about where we were comfortable going, where we weren't comfortable going. And I mean that in the sense of like what protocols we put in place to make sure that, not only was I safe, but he was safe, and we were both able to go home to our respective families and not put them at risk. And I think it all just comes down to what really makes me like working with Andy is the communication shorthand and the lack of pretense. Like, I feel like I hope he feels comfortable enough to just tell me outright, that sucks. That's terrible. And I know he's that comfortable because he said it to me before.
That's a good friend, though. It's kind of like
right?
that one friend who tells you when you have like lipstick on your teeth or spinach in your mouth. Like, it's good to have a friend like that. So I'm actually really happy to hear Andy.
He's that friend for sure, 100%.
For sure. What I love so much also is that the title of the EP, The Looking Glass, I feel like it has so many connotations to it. And like, pardon me for saying this, but like, I am a sociology student, so I look at it from like Cooley's sense of self, like, the whole looking glass theory. And then there's the concept of everyday life with, through the mirror. But I'm wondering too, what does it mean, the looking glass, to you, especially encompassing all these songs with the EP?
The title kind of came to me in waves. We have this one oval shaped window in our house, and for some reason it's the only window like that in our house. And to me, it always felt a little fairy tale-ish, I guess. I don't know why, but just whenever I saw that window, that's just kind of the images that are it invoked for me. So I was sitting down in that room doing something else and looked out the window and realized just how long it had been since I'd been outside and experienced anything outside of the walls of our house. And so I just kind of sat on that for a while. And as this EP started to continue to materialize, I noticed a through line with all the songs that was really about embracing the positives and the negatives of this last year. And then that title kept kind of swimming around. And, I took the connotation of like Alice in Wonderland a little bit. Mm-hmm. But then playing with the window theme, then it became like this visual thing. So the album cover is stained glass that's in black and white, and then there's like almost like a paint swath
Yeah.
coming over it, and then that paint swath kind of brings in this semblance of color, and really the idea of kind of what Fire talks about, kind of creating your own reality a little bit, and building a new normal for ourselves.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think once the visual aspect came in, it became very apparent. All right, this is what the EP is. Like this encapsulates the EP perfectly.
Yeah, in the EP cover art, I want to give a nice mention to Justin Nixon. He was responsible for the artwork, right? So
Not on this one, no.
on this
Actually,
one, okay.
no, I love Justin, but I actually did this on my own.
You
So
did? Okay.
I did, yeah. One of the perks of not being able to leave the house is
Okay.
more time to sit in front of a computer. So that's nice.
So it's nice to dabble with like Photoshop and do all that. Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
it's a great cover. I love looking at it. It feels like it's art. It's so interpretive. So I feel like that's going to be something really nice for the fans when, they're listening to the music and they're kind of looking at this like accent to kind of, fill those like voids and whatever.
I hope so. It's been that was one of the added little challenges of doing an album in this pandemic is everybody's got their different line, like, and I just didn't feel comfortable or ready to get into like a space and have somebody take photos and do all that stuff. So this is really I think it's the first piece of music I've ever put out,
Yeah.
or first album at least, where my picture is not on it anywhere, which is kind of freeing, honestly, because it's just, I feel like the focus is purely on the collection of music, which is exciting for me. So,
I think it kind of goes back to Analog Heart, like not with the sound, obviously, but the cover, it was just, the imprint of the hand. And I loved that. So, talking about the EP with just teasing a little bit, because, it's coming out. We don't want to give too much away to the fans, but for those who are awaiting the EP and they've been waiting a long time, what should they be expecting? And now that everything's come together, and what do you want them to take away from it?
um, you know, I always want my music to make people think a little bit, and I do feel like with this collection of music, obviously, like I said before, there is a through line, but underlining all that, like, is hope. I think this last year has been such a gut punch for everybody.
Yeah.
And while me and my family, thank God, have certainly had it better than most, this year's not been without challenges for everybody. So I think just trying to embrace, the hope that kind of sits in front of us right now as we hopefully get to the other side of this pandemic. That's yeah. I think I want this album to be a reprieve.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I feel like it really, I do really say this like so sincerely, but I feel like it's among your best. It's so good. And I was listening to it last night and I just kept listening to it for like maybe 5 hours. It's so good. It's really good. Like everyone's going to love it. It's so awesome.
That's a lot of spins because I think it's like a concise like 36-minute EP. So
Yeah, really, it was so awesome to have that on like a Monday, and it feels like it's already the whole week's gone by, but it's only Tuesday. So, I do want to ask you, going back to Fire, your new single. So tell us what sets your heart on fire nowadays.
Oh Lord. This last year has kind of allowed me to embrace, you know, uh, little things, but also things that maybe you don't think about that are big things. Like being able to spend this much time with my wife the last year has been fantastic.
Mhm.
I haven't gotten to spend this much consistent time with her since ever really. And then also, just I think little things. My father-in-law bought me a ukulele
Aw.
this last year, and it's just like to be able to pick up an instrument and play absent-mindedly for fun and not really think about it, because I don't necessarily feel like a ukulele's my my music bread and butter as far as like my career, but
Right.
just to noodle with it's been fun just to get back to playing music for the sake of enjoying music. And then I have honestly really enjoyed Zoom
Yeah.
this year. Like just the opportunity to connect with people in a different way,
Yeah.
and be thankful for it. Because I mean, otherwise, I'd be staring at the same wall for 23 hours a day. So, yeah, I think just I think what I've learned through all this is just how much I appreciate human interaction.
That's so great. And the next interaction you'll be having with this EP is the Stage It shows. You're going to be performing it, which everyone's going to be so pumped. What are you looking forward to with performing these songs finally after like so many months? I know that fans have been waiting, like that countdown on your website was like 75 days. It was like so long.
Yeah, I'm proud of every record I make, but I think just the added challenge with this EP, the extra steps you had to go through to get it done.
Yeah.
I'm a little extra proud of this one. And so to get to perform them at all is awesome. And the Stage It shows have been such a welcome experience that I was very scared to dive into, and they've been great. I think just the opportunity to continue to connect in some way with people who enjoy my music. That's kind of why I like doing this. So those have been great, and I think just having new music's always exciting. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, everyone knows that now with these Stage It shows, it's so much more fun. We get to see you test new songs. We get to see you actually play all these, things that we've always been wanting to hear for so long. I mean, that countdown was like, I feel like from Christmas time, like when we pre-ordered, a lot of us pre-ordered, it was like, okay, we're all waiting till March, and then we had to wait a little longer.
Yeah, and then March took about a year to get here. So perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, so no April Fool's jokes for us, please. Like, please don't do that again.
No, I'm not that mean. I don't think.
Okay, that's great. Well, before I do let you go, it's always so much fun talking to you, David. Because so many of us have loved you from Idol, and you won season 7. I really think the show should have just ended there. It was like you guys were perfect.
You
7
said it, not me.
Yeah. So, what do you think of all the new changes with the new season? Have you been able to watch it as yet?
I've tuned in kind of peripherally, and I've seen a couple voices that I really like. I'm not going to say who, only because anytime I name who I like, they don't make it. So I won't curse them in that way. But I think time will tell. As always, my opinion of it is if they can make the focus the contestants throughout the season, then I think whoever comes out on the other side of it's got a fighting chance. But we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. And always, David, you're such a great artist. Like, I'm so proud of you. It's always been so much fun chatting with you. Every time we have a conversation, it's hilarious and it's so insightful. So thank you for taking the time to talk to us at Pop Culture. Guys, David's new single, Fire, is out on Friday, March 19th. And his EP, The Looking Glass, releases April 16th and is available right now for pre-order. For more with David and all your favorite musicians, keep it locked to popculture.com.